ricorda il rumore degli aerei quando bombardavano. Andavano in alto e poi sparivano, non si sentivano più. E poi per qualche secondo pensavi dove cadrà la bomba.
This country has a lot of problems. First of all, well, as a newborn country, we are not recognized by all UN members.
I was living in Kosovo before 1999, I'm living now. When they offered me to go back, I said I don't want to go back because I live here already 13 years. For the rest of my life, I will stay here.
We are living in one not better life here. The most problem is economic social conditions, and the important things of all of Kosovo's people, most of youngs are looking now is only to emigrate out from Kosovo and to live somewhere in Europe for one better life.
I don't like that new generation to repeat the same thing that I felt before, and we have to do it. We have to fight for peace and to do everything to build one country that offers equal opportunity for all the people. It's not important if he or she is Albanian, it's Bosnian, it's Serbian.
Po më duhet të ritheksoj faktin se çështja nacionale shqiptare dhe serbe në Ballkan ende janë të pazitur. Prandaj pavarësinë e Kosovës e shohim si një hap drejt zgjidhjes finale të çështjeve nacionale serbe dhe shqiptare.
This is the reason why we say that the declaration of independence and the very independence of Kosovo was not an independence that derived itself from the rightful proclamation of the people through self-determination or referendum, but it was something that was a sort of an agreement reached by certain politicians from Serbia and Kosovo, and also with international mediation.
I mean, I want to say that I really have trust in this political class. As past few years we have faced very grave problems when it comes to corruption, and there's a lot of nepotism, and for a small society as Kosovo, you really actually you feel the consequences of that on a daily basis.
Il primo e grosso limite è quello del passaporto e quindi il riconoscimento dell'indipendenza del Kosovo. Ci sono alcuni paesi, partiamo dal punto di vista che ogni giovane che deve andare fuori dal Kosovo deve applicare per visa per tutti i paesi, fatta eccezione di Macedonia, Albania e Montenegro. Quindi in tutti gli altri paesi e Egitto. Per tutti gli altri paesi il cittadino kosovaro, a meno che non sia in possesso di passaporto serbo o passaporto croato, ma solamente in possesso di passaporto kosovaro, deve applicare per visa. E chiaramente non lo ottengono da tutte le parti, senza contare che ci sono alcuni stati che non hanno riconosciuto neanche il passaporto del Kosovo e non solo l'indipendenza. Ci sono stati come la Spagna che hanno riconosciuto il passaporto kosovaro ma non l'indipendenza kosovara, quindi possono applicare per un visto, ma ci sono altri paesi come la Bosnia e Erzegovina che non hanno neanche riconosciuto il passaporto kosovaro, quindi per il cittadino kosovaro diventa praticamente impossibile andare verso quel paese. Quindi questo chiaramente ferma e limita la possibilità del giovane kosovaro di recarsi all'estero.
If you are from Kosovo, if you don't have a residence in Serbia, You cannot take the passport and to go to Italy, but you cannot go freely without visa. You need to go to the embassy to get the visa. So, well, I need this passport, and I will never go maybe to Italy, to Germany. I need only to go to Montenegro, Macedonia, and Albania, and I'm fine with this. So.
Nëse e individualizojmë këtë çështje, atëherë pjesëtarët e minoritetit serb dhe të minoriteteve tjera që kanë bërë krime në Kosovë, ata duhet sa më shpejt vijen para drejtësisë. Unë mendoj se asnjëherë në asnjë rrethon nuk duhet ngatru çështjet e minoritetit me individ që kanë bërë krime në Kosovë.
The flag is wrong for these reasons. What we want to be Kosovo's flag is the Albanian flag, because the majority are Albanian, and nobody should be threatened by this, because the Albanian nation is not a chauvinistic nationalism, if I may call it like that. So our nationalism, the idea of an Albanian nation, which is about 140 years old, and in political terms is not an idea that has been built into or through a plan to occupy others' lands and exterminate others. It's an idea that has been built on the necessity to defend what is our own, what is the territories where Albanians live, and to create a state of those territories.
About the communities, mainly there is the different sectors in society where the communities are not so integrated, like in education, in healthcare, and also in the work aspects. They don't have so many opportunities to get a job, but it's also because they don't have so many opportunities to get education.
These places are like isolated because all the groups who are social groups are coming here, because this places is more for the people who have the problem with social life. For example, in these places we have also much returners from Montenegro, from maybe somebody from Serbia, from Germany, and different country who was turning back in Kosovo. And you see some of family, they are living in Continero.
Forced return means that people who have no status to stay, for instance, in Germany or Switzerland or Austria, and they have to return in Kosovo. If they refuse to return, then the authorities return them even without their consent. But you know that in European countries they make people to return whether they don't want, because they have this kind of policies that make them voluntary return. But they, if we really see, they are all forcibly returned because they didn't have any any solution, and they have to sign and come back in Kosovo.
A punon dikush për josh?
Allah ju nuk u ta nxoti këtu. Punoj.
Çfarë do punën?
Po, privat kështu. Po jam në biro, në regjistrim.
Do të thonë merr social, ndihmë sociale.
Jo, nuk marr as ndihmë sociale.
Ah, je regjistruar në biro.
Në biro veç kum lyp punë. Ka thonë qyrim se ka nevojë në kun. Play mroj, se kam në të në më vonë, ja më në në krete kam më vonë, po së më kanë thirë dhe që ta shkuve. Jo, regjistimi që ty është më qitë para dësave, po s'ka se në shumë ndreqë.
The opportunities in Kosovo are not as in Europe, and because of the high employment rate, the integration for minorities, it's harder.
The conflict is more present. It's more present here, and especially in this part. As you can see, putting the barricades in this sanctuary, they are just like closing the borders with not being and not participating in the life of Kosovo. So this is a very problematic issue. But you know, I hope that we have the will of young people that want to change.
It's pretty boring, let's say, especially for the people without job. But what to do? Before the 99, 1,500 people they were living here. But in the meantime, many of them left abroad. You know, France, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Italy. After the 99, half of the population left, and half of the population stayed here, like 700 people. But in the after that, in the last 12, 13 years, we are now around 550 to 600.
The relationship with Kosovo and Serbia are not good, and the only problem why these relationships are not good is Serbia. Serbia's interference into the territory of Kosovo.
Maybe in Mitrovica it's totally different, because Mitrovica is actually part of Serbia. We are not part. We are too much inside. So for us, I would like for them to solve this problem. It would be the best to give this part of Kosovo to Serbia and to have peace everywhere, because Serbia, maybe as I see, Serbia don't want to make some problems with this, but this is the big problem. You have 30 to 40,000 people living there, and they don't want to join Kosovo.
Living in Mitrovica, it's depending from the people. For me, I will talk from my point of view. It's not easy. Maybe because I was so young when I just was involved in everything that's happened here. And you know, every time it's happening something. For example, my friends are living in North Part, and some of the members of my family also are living in North. And sometimes when I heard that someone is killed or it happened something, I'm always afraid when it's their turn. So it's not psychologically it's not okay to live in this kind of situation.
I think we are a very new country in which we have to have these international organizations to supervise.
ULEX is a mission that is imposed upon Kosovo more or less as anni was, and therefore they came here with a huge banner that they are going to fight corruption, but in reality they did very little on that. The problem that we have with ULEX, apart from its executive powers, and at the same time immunity from the laws of Kosovo, and the fact that they don't accept and don't recognize the independence of Kosovo.
Sa I përket NATO-s edhe KFOR-it, prania e tyne është domosdoshme për të garantuar sigurinë territoriale të Kosovës.
I had very strong support for KFOR until now, but now I don't trust them. I don't trust in At first, I don't trust in the will of our government. I don't trust in the will of EULEX and the will of KFOR. Because if they want to change the things, they can do it. Can you imagine some international missions, strong mission? We have 10 years and they are not able to choose this situation. This makes me to don't trust them anymore. Because they was here and here was killed one person. And a lot of times they was here, even the KFOR, even the policy of Kosovo, they was here and the conflicts happen all the time. And I don't know which is their role. They just lost their role. I think they lost the trust of the citizens. I don't feel sure that they are there.
Kosovo 2.0 we function in 3 languages. We do everything in Albanian, Serbian and English. For us, like, what's important is to tell the story of Kosovo and the story of the people who live here. And we don't, even in our work, it's not that we don't approach people necessarily, okay, we're going to work with this person because he or she is Albanian, or because he or she is Serb, or because he or she is Roma. Like, what we're trying to do is engage young people through issues.
Forse a una signora che gli è stato ucciso il marito, una bambina che gli è stato ucciso il papà. Non è facile dimenticare, quindi penso che c'è ancora una rabbia.
When we have discussion with, when we discuss with young people from different minorities, we just understood that they are tired from this situation.
The main strategy from Kosovo is to be implemented in education and healthcare and job opportunities for minorities, and in that way integrate them in the society. It's difficult. It's a process that is going to take years. Hopefully not so much, but it's a process that has to change, not only open doors for opportunities, but also open minds of the people who is living in Kosovo, Albanians and internationals and Serbians, all of us.
Fotballer, me lu futbol, kam qenë me shku në kusht modha, me lu, kësha lu për Barcelonën.